it real, the strength to change your life. Puedes soñar, puedes hacerlo real, puedes cambiar tu vida.
You have the drive, the courage to defy, the freedom to be you. Tienes la pasión, desafías con valor, la libertad de ser tú.
I never walk alone, now that I know.
We share one heart, we are one JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA.
Believe in me,
As I believe in you, we'll make each other strong. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA.
si tú crees en mí,
Como yo creo en ti, creceremos con la fuerza de la unión.
Hi, good morning, beautiful JAFRA ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. Good afternoon to some of you. Thank you so much for joining us today for our June Training Tuesday for Color Cosmetics. Today, we're going to be working on a super trendy, modern, totally customizable look, the ombre look. So for those of you who are familiar with it, fantastic. I hope you've tried it. I hope you love it. And for those of you that aren't, the ombre look is the look where you have a gradient color scale. So that means that you go from lightest to darkest. So if you can imagine purples or blues, you would go from like a sky pale baby blue to like an indigo navy blue. So that's the gradation between colors. It's a really cool effect. It's really beautiful. It's, like I said, totally customizable. You could do your favorite colors, whatever your clients want. If they prefer in nude tones, it's very easy to do in nude tones, purples, blues, oranges, pinks, lilacs, whatever you want to do, totally customizable. And here today we have Vicki to teach us exactly how to do that on eyes and lips. Hi, Vicki.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back again to another June Training Tuesday. So let's get right into it. So let me get a little bit started with, we'll share with you all what I've already done. So I've filled in my brows already with my micro brow pencil, which is my favorite of all the brow products for sure. I cleaned up a little bit under the brow with the shape of it with our contour sticks in the shade medium. And then for foundation, I went in with a Royal SPF, my favorite foundation for the summer, actually my favorite foundation for all year round, because it just gives my skin the luminosity and obviously the SPF protection that we're needing. In Houston right now, we're at 104 degrees. So it is scorching hot outside. So definitely making sure to double up on my SPF. And then I went in and set the entire face using my matte Royal translucent powder. And then for concealer, I actually mixed two. So we have something in the works here on how we're going to be sharing how we do a little bit of color correction, because I no longer use the orange concealer anymore. Instead, I'm just going in with our contour sticks, but we'll get into that at a later tutorial. So, and then I set under my eyes a little bit further with our matte pressed powder in this shade cream. All right. So I also use some of the concealer to set my eyes prior to coming on here, because I really want to focus on how to achieve that ombre lip. So first start, let's get right into our eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using our Desert Romance eyeshadow palette. Now I have not set my concealer on my eyes yet, so it is creasing a bit, but it's okay because I'm going to go in and I really want the most color payoff with these eyeshadows, but I'm going to keep it still somewhat soft because I want the focus to be on the lips. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, mix with a little bit of this one, and I'm picking that up on our crease brush, tapping off the excess. And because again, I'm wanting a very light eye, I'm just going to swipe back and forth. I'm not really depositing the color like I would normally. Instead, because I want a much softer finish, just gliding that across. Okay. All throughout the crease. I like to leave the brow bone bare. It acts as a natural highlight. Again, just going back and forth. Picking up a little bit of product at a time. We don't want to add too much to the brush, then it gets a little bit harder to control. I do like to bring it out towards the tail of the brow, just to make everything very seamless. I want it to be a softer finish on the outer part. Nothing too sharp. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna pick up this shimmer tone right here. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this one too. We'll mix the two. Okay, I'm going to just sweep that across the lid. If you apply it with your finger, you may also get a better payoff, or you could just really load up on the brush, just like I just did right now. Okay, super simple. Sweeping that all across the lid.
Vicki, I noticed there's like no fallout.
Right. That is also because I tap off a little bit of the excess, but in general, this eyeshadow palette does not have much fallout. That's an amazing product. All right. So now we're going to go in, line our eyes with our automatic eyeliner, the retractable one in jet black. Normally I go in with my inkwell, which is my favorite to do wing eyeliner, but this time we're going to keep it soft. I'm just going to smudge it along the lash line. Okay, this time I am going to bring it all the way in because I want to smudge it out entirely. Okay. So now I'm going to go and switch over to our angled brush, dusting off any product I had originally on it. And I'm just going to kind of buff it out, soften it up a little bit. And I'm just blending that into the eyeshadow. So notice that the eyeliner, this eyeliner is very, very pigmented, but because I lay down concealer and the eyeshadow first, it doesn't look as dark.
Hey, Vicki.
So,
I have a comment here from Carol Boyer. Carol, thank you so much for posting here. It says Carol says she uses a Desert Romance a lot, but for mature skin, or sorry, for mature women, mature skin, she's heard that using luminous eyeshadows makes you look older. So she stays with non-glittery eyeshadows.
So it's all about preference. For me, if I use a matte eyeshadow on, let's say for me that, you know, I'm a working makeup artist, if I use a non-shimmer eyeshadow, a matte eyeshadow on the mothers of the bride, or anyone that's more mature, for me, it looks too crepey. It can look drying. So when I apply the shimmer, I make sure, number one, that the eyelid is properly moisturized, because then otherwise, yes, it can enhance any fine lines in the eye. So if you're using eye cream on your eyelid and then going in with the shimmer, it's just going to look so smooth, buttery, soft almost. So again, it's all about preference and how to playing with the product to your liking. But obviously you're not going to apply so much shimmer on the entire eyelid. Maybe you could just focus it on the inner tear ducts of the eye, and it'll still look just as good.
Thank you, Vicki. So Carol, you have homework. Go try your Defy Eye Cream and your Luminous Shadows and your Desert Romance palette, and let us know how it turns out.
Yes. Okay, so I'm just using the angled brush and just smudging that out. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and just gonna curl my lashes really quick and apply some mascara. The mascara that I'm going to be using today is the Curl Luxe mascara. Always look down and curl up.
I think of you every day, Vicki, when I do my mascara. I literally hear your voice in my head go, look down, and then I do my mascara.
Yes. It'll change your life with that method. Okay. And now for my, I'm not going to do any bottom eyeliner, but I am going to do a little bit of eyeshadow. And I think I'm going to use the softer one, this shade right here. I'm thinking in my head, sometimes I forget and I'm not even speaking out loud yet. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same angled brush and kind of connect it on the underneath. Just on the outer parts. So this technique is really good for someone who has downturned eyes or for mature eyes. It'll really help lift the eye if we go up this way. And we're just applying it on the outer part. And again, it's creating that lift. Then you can go in with some concealer and just add a little bit of a highlight to create that lift. Okay, so we change essentially the shape of our eye from looking more downturned and lifting it up a little bit. You can always soften it up if you feel it's a little too harsh, but it looks a lot cleaner that way. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same on the other eye. This is also great if you want to start practicing wing eyeliner. Just connect it on the starting from the bottom lash line and dragging it up. And then again, a little bit of concealer. Clean out the outer edge. Blend it out. Okay. Now we're going to highlight the inner tear ducts of our eye, and that's what I had mentioned earlier. And I'm just going to apply it right in the corners. And it's the same that I use on the top lid. It's a mixture of the two shimmers. Gradually building it up. Really opens up the eye. Okay, I'm gonna apply some mascara also to the bottom. I think I'm gonna switch mascaras. I'm gonna use my volume building mascara, the Volumize. I think because this one has a skinny, no, this is a thicker one. I do prefer the skinnier ones when it comes to the bottom lashes. It's just a lot better control. Actually, I'm going to show you this trick really quick. I don't know if you've all seen this yet, but I've been seeing this online. So if you're someone who doesn't have much eyelashes on the bottom, you could take this trick. So you take some tweezers, pinch off some product from the mascara wand. And what we're going to do is pinch our lashes like that. And it looks like we have fuller lashes. So this is especially helpful for those of us, or those of you who don't have much lashes to start with. It creates that fluttery effect. So that's something that you struggle with, give that a try and let me know how it works for you. Okay. All right. So we're going to go in with blush now. And I'm using the Outshine blush, picking that up on our highlighter blush brush. I love to apply it on the apples of my cheeks. And then blend out. Blush is different for every face shape. So if you're someone who has a rounder face, you want to focus the blush just right here. Okay. If you're someone who has, for me personally, I love just highlighting or kissing, I would say, the apples of my cheeks and just dragging it up. And I like to connect it up here too. Kind of like a sun-kissed glow. So this is perfect area to apply bronzer as well. But our lip is going to be pretty bold. So I want to keep this somewhat soft.
It looks beautiful, Vicki. And thank you so much for always giving us these really cool tips and tricks. Everybody loves the tweezers with the mascara. So we've already got some people here on the comments saying that they're definitely going to try that. And thank you for always telling us about placement because it's so important. Every face is different. Every face is beautiful and unique, but placement is crucial.
It definitely is.
To get just the right look. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just going to reach over for a sharpener because this next step is very important. So we're going to move on to lips. So lip liner is going to be key in this ombre lip. So I'm going to first go in with the shade Victoria because we're going to do a fuchsia to mauve lip. Okay, so I'm going to start by outlining. I love how creamy and smooth this runs. I forgot to put on lip balm in this, and so my lips are very dry right now. But you couldn't tell because of how smooth this glides.
And since it's a JAFRA Royal color, it's going to treat your lips while you wear it.
Oh, yes. Give me all the treatment I need. I always struggle with super dry lips. So it's hard for me to wear a matte lipstick. But I always end up putting, I love the way it looks, but I always end up putting on gloss after a while. My lips are super dry.
Vicki, then I have a trick for you. I
Okay.
have a tip for you. I can't believe that. Normally it's me just getting all the info from you and like I can't live without all the stuff that you teach us. But I have one for you. The Royal Berry lip treatment. Wear it at night. So leave one in your nightstand. Leave one next to the bed. The second you're about to go to sleep, right before you close your eyes, that's the last thing you put on. Slather it on, go to sleep. Your lips will never be dry again.
I'm definitely gonna have to start doing that. I do wear
Every night.
I do wear the lip balm when I remember. And so whenever I'm all like, oh, I can't stand this feeling. Okay, so now that I've already lined my lips, I did bring it somewhat on the outer corners of it, and I kind of blended it in some. So just to help with applying the lip color on top of that. So I'm gonna go in with our liquid matte lipstick, and I like these, especially when choosing a matte lipstick because it's not so drying for me personally. So this shade I'm gonna be using is Long Kiss. Okay. I'm just taking off the excess, by the way, because I want to be able to control how much, because this is super pigmented. So I'm just going to go all over, but I'm leaving the center bare. It's almost as if I'm lining my lips with it as well. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm going to go in with our our liquid matte lipstick in the shade Beach Kiss. And again, I'm taking off the excess. Don't want to waste it. And I'm going to fill it just in the center. And then I'll overlap a little bit of the Long Kiss. Then I do one of these things. Mama, mama, mama. Make sure you say mama, mama, mama. No. And then I'll just start to blend it out. Remember, I don't have much product left on this brush, so I'm just starting to blend it out. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is further accentuate just the center part with a little bit of powder. Just a little bit of translucent powder just to help set it. So I'm using the Royal translucent powder, and I'm using our flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to set the center. So make sure if you're doing this technique to make sure to apply your lip balm before, because otherwise you may feel it to be very drying. Okay, now what I like to do is I'm all about precision. So I'm going to use a little bit of the concealer stick in the shade medium, but I'm also going to use a little bit of the shade warm dark, just to get us close to my skin tone. You can also use foundation, but the reason why I like to use this concealer stick is because they're more on the drying side. So it'll help prevent feathering. And all I'm doing is just cleaning up the edges, sharpening it up. Want to make sure to blend that out. Because if you go too light, you will be able to tell in photos. So try to stick as close to your skin tone as possible. And this lipstick is not going to budge. Especially if you set it with the powder. Okay. Now you could just tweak it as you may, or if you'd like. All right. This also helps create the look of a more fuller pout. So now looking at the look overall, my eyes feel a little bit bare. I'm going to go in and darken up the crease. I always do this. I feel whenever I feel a look is too natural, I always go in and tweak it up. So I'm just going to pick up the darker brown on our flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to hit the crease. So I know we wanted to keep this look somewhat natural, but I'm a glam gal. I love all the glam. Okay. Just a little bit, just defining it a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna set our face using our setting spray. Beat the heat. Okay, and then my favorite perfume of all the collection is the JAFRA Essence. I absolutely love this perfume. And by the way, I'm fighting my daughter for it. For all my perfumes, all my JAFRA perfumes, I found in her room, my four-year-old daughter. She had all my perfumes in her room, and she was telling me, which one do you want to wear today, Mom? I said, well, they're all mine. Let me choose. So yeah, that completes this look.
It looks absolutely beautiful, Vicki. You look stunning, radiant, glowing. It's so pretty. Honestly, if I saw you in the street, I would stop you and ask you, what lipsticks are you wearing? Like, how did you do this look? Because it looks so cool. I mean, this is like just a super inviting. I mean, you already have a beautiful, inviting smile, but then on top of it, you have this gorgeous lip color and this incredible ombre effect. So I want to know, of those of you out there watching this right now, who's going to try this? Who's already pulling out their lip liners and their lipsticks and their glosses and their powder and trying this right now? Because this is such a cool look. And like I said, totally customizable. You can use whatever colors you want.
Quick trick. I just want to show you what the difference on what it would look like with the gloss on top, because it's not going to change the color underneath. Look at that.
I love it. That is amazing. Okay, we have Carol here. Carol says, Vicki, my 7-year-old grandson has loved JAFRA fragrances since he was 3. He has a JAFRA counter of fragrance in one of our bathrooms and knows almost everything about the fragrances.
Oh, that's exactly my baby.
So yeah, so everybody loves all of the tips that you showed us here. The tweezer one, the one with the gloss over, the powder. So Vicki, even now that you did the gloss over the powdered set, like that's it, right? It's gonna pretty much stay that way.
It's gonna stay this way. And funny you mentioned that, because one night I had drinks with my friend and I'm sitting there drinking away, and she's asking me, how is your lipstick still the same? And I remember I had something similar to this on. It was actually it was more red. And she was like, your lipstick has not moved. And I was eating and everything. And I was like, well, JAFRA, I don't know what else to tell you.
Exactly. And you guys will see me here sometimes post when I post my makeup, I mean, they're not the greatest pictures. I don't have the greatest lighting, but I just have to share with you that everything that I use, it doesn't budge. I'm literally sitting here right now sweating. I can't turn on my ceiling fan because my eyes will start watering. And my eyeliner hasn't budged. My makeup hasn't budged. My lipstick hasn't budged. I've been drinking my coffee. Nothing has budged. I mean, it's incredible. So when I share that with you guys, I mean, it's from the heart. It really, this stuff does not move. I mean, I'm a convert. I don't use any other products. So because they work. They
It
work.
speaks for itself. The product speaks for itself, definitely.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Vicki. Everybody loves it. The setting spray, Francis Flores here says that the setting spray goes in my purse when I'm out and about. I spritz it on my face to refresh.
Ooh.
It is cool and 100 degrees plus weather. So she's in, I believe, Yuma, Arizona. I can only imagine it's like 180 degrees there right now.
Yes.
So yeah, so that setting spray, definitely a must every day, but especially in this weather. So thank you so much, Vicki. And Jose has a little bit of info here that he wants to share with us. Thank you, Jose. So if you guys have been seeing our Training Tuesdays lately, we have been focusing a lot on weekly business, and weekly business is really important because it creates a very bite-sized goal. So instead of having to think of like the month as a whole, and then, you know, time flies. I mean, it's already June. Next thing we know, it's the end of the month. We're rushing to do our orders. We're rushing to make sure we didn't miss an offer. We're rushing to make sure that we shared everything with everyone. Break it down into bite-sized pieces. Every month has 4 to 5 weeks. We have so many offers. You can focus on one each week. Week 1, we focused on hands. Week 2, we focused on the ginormous goal dynamics. So you're able to really concentrate on that and make sure that you reached out to everybody who uses or would be interested in using goal dynamics, especially in those sizes. And this week, if you saw the post yesterday, I went ahead and shared with you guys some images, a couple of images of what you can share with your clients right now. So right here, we have one that's a little bit of a teaser image, you know, hydrate and nourish your skin for free. So that definitely is something that can catch someone's eye, get someone's attention. Or we have a very direct one for those that are interested in royal jelly. Royal jelly is our most recognized ingredient. So buy one, get one free royal jelly. I mean, who doesn't want to buy one and get one free of some of the most luxurious products on the planet? So these posts are there for you guys to share and for you guys to be able to share on all your social media. Make sure that your consultants are sharing them and get your foot in the door with those orders. So remember, for your weekly activity plan, reach the weekly goal and be part of the special recognition with your business development coach. So your business development coach, Jackie Geisinger, she's there for you. Literally, Jackie lives and breathes JAFRA. All she wants to do is support you, help you grow, teach you her ways. I mean, she has been doing this for a long time. You wouldn't know it because her skin is flawless, but she's been doing this for a long time. So she wants to be there to support you, to help you grow, to help your teams grow, and to help you spread the love and the word of JAFRA. So make sure you reach out to Jackie and talk to her about what the weekly goal recognition entails. Once you achieve the weekly goal, you'll be one of the top 3 in the region. And being one of the top 3 in the region with the highest sales, you'll also earn a prize. So that, I mean, who doesn't want to get something? I haven't seen what the prize is yet. So as soon as one of you wins it, make sure to share it with me because I would love to share that with you guys and post that here in JAFRA Beauty Insiders. And achieve the goal each week. There's 5 weeks in this month. And if you achieve the goal each week, that's 5 prizes. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, 1 of 5, great. But could you imagine if you could get all 5? I mean, that's amazing. So I know you guys have seen the hauls that you get from JAFRA. I believe Brandy shared her haul with a prize that she won for JAFRA Sun that ended up coming with a bunch of other things. So we give really great prizes. So make sure that you reach out to your business development coach, Jackie Geisinger, and talk about that and how you can set up your weekly goals to be able to achieve that. The other thing too is we have this really great incentive for June and July. This is the same product that you love, but this beautiful, modernized, redone look of the Royal Rose. So this is a body lotion and body oil in the bonus size. The incentive is you'll receive a free bonus size Royal Rose Duo when you accumulate 300 or more in personal retail sales in both June and in July. So do that and you get this duo. And this duo is beautiful. It would look gorgeous in anyone's bathroom. It would look gorgeous at any spa party. And it's a beautiful, beautiful product. So make sure that you do what you can with your weekly sales, hit your goals, get those sales in, and you'll be able to be on track to get that Rose Duo. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Vicki. Vicki, anything else that you want to share with us here before you go?
You can always add more makeup. Here I am just adding a little bit of contour, but this is the beauty of JAFRA. You're able to just customize the look with the products already even applied, even set with powders and all. Look at me here. So play around with it, get out of your comfort zone. And that's the only way that you'll learn and grow is by trying it out. So I wish you all the best of luck and thank you all again for tuning in today.
Thank you so much, Vicki. And thank you for Jose. Thank you to Jose for being here as our background support. So as always, Jose is also here to support you guys at anything you need. He is our training manager. So anything you need, training materials, any ideas you have, suggestions, anything like that, we love to hear it. So share it with us. So thank you again to everybody. Have a beautiful, happy summer. Don't forget your sunscreen. Don't forget your setting spray. And make sure you watch on replay so you can absorb all of the great tips that Vicki has. Like I said, I literally hear her voice in my head every morning when I'm putting on my mascara. I hear her go, look down, and I look down and put on my mascara. So thank you, Vicki, as always, for all those great tips. Thank you, everybody. Have a great one.
You have a dream, the will to make it real, the strength to change your life. Puedes soñar, puedes hacerlo real, puedes cambiar tu vida.
You have the drive, the courage to defy, the freedom to be you. Tienes la pasión, desafías con valor, la libertad de ser tú.
I never walk alone.
Now that I know we share one heart, we are one JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA.
Believe in me,
As I believe in you, we'll make each other strong. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA. One heart, one JAFRA, un corazón, un JAFRA.
si tú crees en mí,
Como yo creo en ti, creceremos con la fuerza de la unión.